Hi, hello. Welcome in to my favorite DLC of all time. I'm so excited to be here. And a little nervous. I'm not going to be a completionist. I'm trying so hard. It truly kills me a little inside because I do like to 100% my games to the best of my ability. And so, we're not going to do that. And that pains me a little. We're gonna go back to Skyholm. Actually, before we go, because this is the last time we're gonna be at Skyhold.
Inquisitor.
I die a little bit on the inside when he doesn't call me Vanan.
I'd like to discuss what happened before, Solas.
I'm afraid that wouldn't be appropriate at this time. We must focus on what truly matters. Harden your heart to a cutting edge, and put that pain to good use against Corypheus.
It would help me if you could explain why.
The answers would only lead to more questions. An emotional entanglement that would benefit neither of us. The blame is mine, not yours. It was irresponsible and selfish of me. Let that be enough.
Will you talk to me when we have finished with Corypheus?
If we are both still alive afterward, then I promise you, everything will be made clear. Let me know if I can be of any more help in planning our final fight.
It's hard to be mad at him, but boy do I hurt. TM. It's hard because it's such a good way to combat me as an individual. Very logical, very rational. You're explaining this to me in absolutely the way that makes the most sense. It's baby girl. I love her so. Oh, we've got more power. All right. Master focus. That sounds like how to go. Okay, any last second quests? Alright, so Skywatcher caused quite a stir. The feats of strength and skill were raucous, exuberant, and quite necessary, according to Thane Sunhair, who declared Skywatcher as good in the fighting pit. Oh! As he was in the bedroll! Well, that's one way to welcome someone into your little clan. Given the Avar tradition of nodding ceremonies for marriage, this gives no meaning to the phrase "no strings attached." Well, I'm glad he found a new home. Truly. Stonebear Hold is extremely grateful for the relics, and for us sharing the location where we found them. That was the important part. Their hunters searched the area and found trinkets that we missed, or we assumed were of no import, but which are highly esteemed by the Avar. This is why you let other people define what is culturally important to them. It is interesting to note that the Avar were completely unsurprised by 𝒂𝒾𝒶 being a mage. While it was lost to Ferelden history, or expunged by the Chantry, it was, evidently, taken as an unspoken truth among the Avar. Good for them. Appeal to the 𝒂𝒾𝒶. King Lavellan has graciously agreed to grant Professor Kenrick access to the 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 𝒂𝒻. Once Kenrick has completed his work in Frostback Basin, of course. In the meantime, copied records on Orina have been sent ahead as a sign of this agreement. King Lavellan hopes our alliance will continue to benefit all involved. A note from Kenrick follows. The first paragraph consists of a crossed-out series of thank yous, each more effusive than the last. I wouldn't expect anything less of Kenrick. I cannot express how thrilled I am to visit the 𝒂𝒻. The documents they sent are incredible. It seems Orina was born to a warrior caste family. The theory that she was a runaway noble was romantic. I rather fancied the notion myself. But knowing the truth makes her seem more a person than a legend. Much preferable, in my opinion. Orina met Emalynde while fighting demons in the Deep Roads, as history states. Since dwarves do not possess magic, Emalynde had come to learn ways in which non-mages could fight demons more effectively. 𝒂𝒃 was gifted in the field and had developed several unique methods. Apparently, 𝒂𝒃 did not get along with Emalynde's friend Heron at the time, which was the Templar, if I remember. It was quite the shock when she announced her departure from the 𝒂𝒃, especially since it put a damper on betrothal talks between 𝒂𝒃's family and another well-to-do house. Wait, doesn't 𝒂𝒃 and Heron end up together? Wow, we have the romance tea today, and I wasn't even prepared for it, but I'm so here for it. The documents also include some descriptions of 𝒂𝒃's combat methods that may interest your commander. I will see that these remain in Skyhold's possession. Professor 𝒸𝒾𝒁, University of Orlais. Oh, so good. Oh, a cultural exchange. That is new. Sigrid Golsdaten is a very, shall we say, interesting choice of recruit Inquisitor. Commander Cullen has had a great deal to say on the matter. Oh, that's right. This is the Avar who, remember, they go through the ceremony of housing a spirit for a time and they learn from them and then release them at their graduation ceremony. And this individual, Sigrid, had become so close to her spirit, the ones that she was housing, that she didn't want to let it go. Still, we've had interest from scholars and mages beside themselves the chance to speak with a stable abomination, especially since the Chantry is too weak to forbid it with any force. Get fucked, Chantry. I believe that Golsdaten, with a guide and some guards for her own protection, would be a valuable guest to send in select lectures and salons. Ambassador Montilier, you cannot be serious. Commander Cullen, get fucked, Cullen. I'm not letting you touch this with a 10-foot pole, Cullen. Josie says, say the word, Inquisitor, and I will send our new Avar mage on a brisk tour of cultural exchange. Let's go, baby girl. I love this. And I do love Cullen's part in it, don't get me wrong. It's funny, but also get fucked. I do believe this is our last one. Doom upon all the world. With his forces routed, now is the time to find Corypheus before he can recover and force him out into the open. Warning: this starts events that lead to the end of the story. You can continue to play the game afterwards, but some content may not be available. Complete any important tasks before beginning this operation. With his forces routed, now is the time.
Did you find what you need, Inquisitor?
There's baby.
I certainly hope so.
Then all that remains is to find Corypheus before he comes to us.
We've been looking for his base since all this began, with no success.
His dragon must come and go from somewhere.
Oh, what about the deep roads? We could send word to 𝒂𝒃, hire envoys to...
Uh-oh.
Corypheus. He did that? But why? Either I close the breach again, or it swallows the world.
But that's madness. Wouldn't it kill him as well?
Inquisitor, we have no forces to send with you. We must wait for them to return from the Arbor Wilds.
I must go now, before it's too late.
Oh my god. I think I'm gonna stick with the party that we began with.
Tell me, where is your maker now? Call him. Call down his wrath upon me. You cannot, for he does not exist. I am Corypheus. I shall deliver you from this lie in which you linger. Bow before your new god and be spared.
Never!
As you wish.
Yes, Cass.
I knew you would come.
It ends here, Corypheus.
And so we shall. You have been most successful in foiling my plans, but let us not forget what you are. A thief in the wrong place at the wrong time, an interloper, a gnat. We shall prove here, once and for all, which of us is worthy of godhood.
Ooh, what a thing to say at a time like this.
I don't believe in gods.
Ooh.
A dragon! How clever of you! It will avail you nothing.
I mean, it
You
already
will fall
has.
as a warning to those who oppose my divine will. Enough! I will destroy you where you stand.
Oh, we do have an ad. Oh, buddy.
If you desire death, you shall have it.
Where is he? Oh. Varric, honey, please. Get out of the laser. I can't. Can I get him up there? Are we following him?
In my time, we called your people Ratas. You are nothing. A race of sniveling cowards that shrank before 𝒂𝒃 power. If you desire death, you shall have it.
I'm glad he's so easy to locate because my wonderful NPCs turn and start shooting in that direction. Oh, time to move up. Wow, but this place is really cool. I'm not getting to look around much. Are we... We're not in the Fade. We're just in this breach and he's lifted all these fragments of buildings somehow. Oh! I'm trying to get a peep as we... Oh, thank you. This is a temple of sacred ashes? Holy shit. Oh. Oh, I should probably fight Corypheus.
If you desire
I'm peeping.
death,
Oh,
you
please.
shall have it. The beardless stone worshipper. Run as fast as your little legs can take you.
Damn!
So
You
you're
can't.
reduced to dwarf jokes now?
There we go. Tell him, Varric.
As you wish.
Oh. No, my dragon! Poor buddy! Ooh. Oh. Hey, do we have so much guard penetration? Wow, look at that guard go down. Jesus. Uh-oh. My jump ability isn't ready. Oh. The music is just... There are a few things that hit quite like Inquisition music, I'm not gonna lie. I am interested for the implications of the dragon stuff. Lavellan drank from the Well of Sorrows. So I don't know what effect that might have. I know it's an avatar protocol of some sort, but maybe it's more like the way the Guardian was an avatar for the Titan. A part of it to be sure, but its death will by no means cause. Get it, baby. Oh.
Let it end here! Let the skies boil! Let the world be rent asunder!
Well, it's time to go. It is interesting. I know that she's technically a rogue, but this girl's never had anything bigger than a boot dagger in her whole life.
No, I will not allow you this victory.
You don't get that, Sag.
And all the heathen barbarians shall burn.
Woo! Okay, alright, that's fine.
The breach is getting bigger!
And then the fate follows the world, right?
Wow, we do not have much left on his health bar. Wait. Okay, Solas is down there. I was like, baby. That refrain is so good.
Not like this. I have walked the halls of the Golden City, crossed the ages. 𝒂𝒾𝒶, ancient ones, I beseech you. If you exist, if you ever truly existed, aid me now.
Oh.
You wanted into the fade? Solas,
The orb.
I know you wanted the orb saved. I'm so sorry.
It is not your fault.
There's more, isn't there?
It was not supposed to happen this way. No matter what comes, I want you to know that what we had was real.
Inquisitor, are you alive? Then it's over. How lovely.
And the sky is healed, healthy, whole. There's just that left to remember.
Looks that way.
What do we do now?
We go back to Skyhold.
Damn. It's good getting to relive it.
A moment, my lady. My agents have found no trace of Solas. He has simply vanished. If he does not wish to be found, there's likely nothing we can do. But I will keep looking.
I'm sure she's very sad.
I just don't understand. He didn't even say goodbye. The two of you were close. Perhaps he had no choice. He might return at any moment. Maybe.
Oh.
Now that Corypheus has been defeated, we have a moment to stop and celebrate. Afterwards, you will be busy. Every noble in southern 𝒂𝒾𝒶 is clamoring to meet you. The fighting's over. Why do they want to meet me now? You're joking, yes? They wish to bask in the glory of your victory, hoping that some of it will rub off on them. Everyone knows Gaspard owes you his throne. The greatest empire in 𝒂𝒾𝒶 is at your beck and call. 1,000 problems remain, and your opinion will be sought on each one, whether you wish to give it or not. I don't see what all the fuss is about. Corypheus needed to be stopped. And you are the one who stopped him. Previously, you were an upstart, a Dalish elf leading a band of rebels and heretics. Until Corypheus revealed himself, they could not see the single hand behind the chaos. Once he did, they knew. A Magister and a Darkspawn in one creature. The ultimate evil.
Oh.
Now you are the only power left standing. Enjoy the evening while you can, Inquisitor.
Poor Dorian. Dang. Can you imagine? You accomplish your end. Literally, quite literally, save the world. And you have to celebrate alone.
Am I imagining it? Or do we have a moment to breathe?
I can scarcely believe it.
The Conclave, Haven. It seems so long ago. You should hear the stories they're telling in the barracks. The pride in their voices. Some of the soldiers have requested leave to return home, but many would follow us still. You are proof that the Inquisition has made a difference, and that we will continue to do so.
Our soldiers put their trust in you, Cullen. I appreciate everything you've done.
It's been an honor. Truly. I should let you mingle. I'm sure everyone desires your attention. Enjoy the party, Inquisitor.
All this pomp and ceremony? Can't top seeing that bastard Corypheus burn. No matter what happens to me now, I can say I was there. I helped you bring him down.
It took all of us, but we did it.
I shudder to think where we'd be without you leading us. So now that you've saved the world, what's next? Hoping to put it all back together?
Someone has to fix things. Might as well be me.
If anyone can do it, you can. If you ever need my help, you know where to find me. I'll be ready.
Thank you, Blackwall. Oh, Varric.
I've been starting to think about putting all this into a book.
You should.
Right now I'm thinking, this shit is weird, the Inquisitor Lavellan story. It's a working title.
I'm glad you've gone back to writing.
Well, nothing's certain until it's in print. I still haven't decided if I should do this book. As if anyone will believe this story if I tell it. Not to mention, I'll have my hands full with reconstruction and relief efforts in the free marches as soon as I get back.
I think she would miss him, but I don't think she's gonna try to tell him that he should stay. He's got things to do. I think there are a lot of people that can help other people, but I don't think there are a lot of people who can write the book. So I think she's gonna recommend that he pursue that course of action.
You should write the book.
I'll see what I can do once I get home. I'm not leaving for a while yet, though. We'll have to get in at least one game of Wicked Grace before I go. Curly needs to win back some of his dignity.
Nah, he doesn't need any. He hasn't had any for a while, we're gonna be honest. My son. Hi, baby.
So many people died. More still are hurting. They need help. It seems wrong to celebrate, but I want to. The part of me that's me needs to, after all this. The servants are drinking. Some of them are drinking while lying down.
Do you have any interest in joining them?
I don't know. Not now. It makes things more complicated, and I'm not ready. Someday. Maybe. What happens next? Where do we go?
I think letting him focus on the here and now will be healthy.
For tonight, we remind the world and each other that we're alive.
Yes. Because of you. Thank you for letting me stay.
Oh, honey.
Finally got a party, yeah? A bit of fun for saving the world. It's the least Andraste's herald deserves for making things normal again. Except for, you know, everything ever again. I mean, is this for us or for her? Or, you know, him? Because I was there and I still don't know what's real.
Oh, we have a lot. I do still think Lavellan's pretty anti-religion. She does not like being called Andraste's herald. Especially because it very much glosses over the fact that she is elven and subscribes to a different faith. So, we did this.
We did this. There's nothing mysterious about how hard it was to save ourselves.
Oh, it was hard. And you acting like a shit made it harder. You're definitely not right about everything. I'm thinking winning doesn't mean you have it all figured out. Maybe you're just less wrong than Corypheus was. And how hard is that? He was real wrong. I'm getting some drinks. All the drinks. And then I'm going back to playing in 𝒂�ฬ. Or somewhere. Cheers, Inquisitor. Wish it'd been fun. But I'll settle for over.
Wow, I guess it's because my reputation was low, but damn. Sarah was a difficult character for me because she comes on real strong with the elf hate. And as an elf, it's just like, oh, well, that's a choice you could make. But I understand a lot of it's her semi-problematic writing. And that is a thing, especially because I think she's the only lesbian, which is maybe don't do that to the singular lesbian out of the cast, but she and my Lavellan just didn't see eye to eye, unfortunately. I tend to take a very diplomatic, practical, negotiation-oriented approach. And I think that is truly the antithesis of anything Sarah has ever done. So, we just didn't vibe in that way.
So, demons, dragons, giant asshole Vint on a big magic rock. You don't let it get dull, boss. Good stuff.
You helped make it possible, Bull.
That's what they pay me for. It's weird. I joined the Inquisition under orders from the Ben Hassrath and stayed because Corypheus was an asshole. Now that it's done, I've got no orders. For the first time in my life, I can go wherever I want.
Yeah, I want to ask him where he wants to go because I want him to have the autonomy. I want him to know that we believe in him, that he doesn't have to do kin stuff. But he can if he wants to.
Got anywhere in mind?
If it's all the same with you, I'm pretty good right here. Anyway, the only place I'm going tonight is back for more drinks. To us, being alive, and the bad guys not. Anan.
Bull's such a good fucking character. Now it's time for Bestie. I love Dorian.
I was passing through the hall this morning and a serving girl saw me and squealed. Actually squealed, dropped her laundry and everything, such a mess. She was completely breathless. You were at the battle with the evil one, weren't you? I didn't even get a chance to answer. She hugged me. Hugged me. This is your influence.
Oh, I love it.
That's what happens when you're a hero.
Is that so? Must be why it's so unfamiliar. Mind you, I can't say I hate the notion of being the good 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶. I suppose you can't all be evil bastards. The blacksmith said that, and he spat when we first met. I hope my father hears. He will shit his small clothes from shock, I swear.
Oh, goodness. I'm having a great time.
I've decided to stay with the Inquisition. For now.
Would that have anything to do with the Iron Bull?
It might.
Oh.
You know how it is.
Oh.
Plus, what would you do without me?
How will I ever know unless you go?
Oh!
Clever. See? I keep your wits sharp.
Oh, I love Doran so much. Alright, we've got JC.
Ugh, I should never have hired a new caterer so late.
Oh, honey.
Leave it be, Josie. Everything's fine.
It is not! I'm so sorry, nothing's quite as it should be. Do you like the drinks? I'm not sure about them.
I love Josie because if I was a character in this game, I would be Josephine. I would be doing her job. I'd still be a daily shelf, but this is my job.
The drinks are fine. It's been a wonderful evening.
I hope you're not just saying that. You're not, are you? What a disaster. So much was late, the invitations to our guests barely went out at all, and it was so wonderful to prepare for a small banquet instead of the end of the world. Do you know what everyone is talking about tonight, from commoners to kings? Us. 𝒂𝒃 is discussing the success of the Inquisition.
You played no small part in our rise to power.
You had a role yourself, if I recall correctly. Truly, we will never forget those we lost. But for tonight, to victory.
Enjoying the refreshments? Josephine sent all the way to the capital for the petit four.
Oh, I love a petit four. The marzipan ones?
I must remember to thank her for the trouble. She's been craving the cakes from Madame Lucien's shop for months. This celebration gave her the perfect excuse.
Yes.
To you, Inquisitor, for all you've done.
Thank you, Liliana. Okay. Just Cass?
I can't believe it's over. It seemed an impossible task. Defy the Chantry, build the Inquisition from nothing, defeat a creature that would be a god. And yet here we are, celebrating.
So we should be. Defeating Corypheus was no simple task.
He was so confident of his power, he could not conceive of losing.
If he could, he would never have challenged me.
And he would have gone into hiding. Yes, it worked out far better this way. I think back to how we first met. And here you stand. You are not a believer, I know. Yet you have come to mean so much to us all. And you are my friend. How did that happen, I wonder? I'm pleased it did. You are a great woman, and I will always stand at your side.
Oh my god, I love her so much. Now you see where I mistakenly made her divine the first time? Because she's just so good. I love her. Even if she won't change the status quo, which is why we did not do that this time around. Morgan is not here, I've noticed. Which makes me very sad. Would love to chat with baby girl.
So much to do, my dear. I'll be returning to Valvoyeur to organize the Loyalist mages. Our new Emperor requires my expertise during what is certain to be a difficult transition. But that will wait. Are you enjoying the celebration? Josephine was in a frenzy arranging it.
As a matter of fact, I am.
And well you should. It's a miracle we survived this ordeal. Go mingle. The night is still young.
I like how instead of mingling, we go upstairs.
Tis said that Corypheus woke after his long slumber and found the world gone awry. He fought to bring back those days of magic and shadow, to raise himself as a god and set things right. Now, we are left with a scar in the sky to remind us of what almost was. It tells us that a great victory against chaos was won, but left the world forever changed. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Gaspar has ascended to the Golden Throne. His rule continues only so long as he bows to the will of Briala,
Yes!
the first elf to be granted titles and land. Soon, new rights are granted to elves throughout the land. Plans are made to tear down alienage walls. The Emperor chafes under her command, but can do nothing, even as an alliance of nobles considers open rebellion. They hesitate only because they fear the alliance between Briala and the Elven Inquisitor. The icy reception awaiting the Inquisition at court is telling. However, it seems only a matter of time. The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them.
Oh.
What becomes of Hawke is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does the sudden silence indicate a battle within, or something far worse? 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Leliana as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she first declares an end to the Circle of Magi.
Yes!
The mages will now govern themselves. She opens the priesthood to other races, declares support for the Inquisition, and rededicates the Chantry to the principle of charity. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. She meets with their leaders, urging unity. Miraculously, her words take root, and for now, the Chantry remains strong. The Inquisition's mages, the former rebels led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, are left with a choice. When Leliana disbands the circles, they leave the Inquisition and reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. For the moment, it appears to be working. Mages are enjoying unprecedented acceptance throughout Thedas.
Thank goodness.
And what of the Inquisition itself? Its military might has grown, now rivaling that of kingdoms. Fear of the Inquisition's army has become the true source of its power. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, she has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand, ready.
What an amazing game. I know it's, God, 10 years old now. But wow, it's still so good. And that's that on quality writing. I do love that Morrigan is narrating the outro, and you get to see Kieran with her. This playthrough has taken me forever because, God, we've had so many problems with the mods, we've had so many problems with EA and their launcher, we've had so many problems with EA as a company. They locked me out of my account for no reason for a while, and I was like, hey! It took them a hot second to get it back to me, and then I was like, I don't know what happened. They're like, oh yeah, sorry, that was just an error on our part, and I was just like, man, it truly is the end of an era. I think I have been playing this like, what, 5 years or so? I'm glad that we did finally finish. Sad, but glad. Because it does let us move on to Veilguard. And honestly, if we'd finished it earlier, we wouldn't have this very handy-dandy refresher right before we go in. And I'm giggling so hard because the mobs in Descent were harder than Corypheus. But they did a great job on the cinematic atmosphere of the fight. Hi, Fleming.
I knew you would come. You should not have given your orb to Corypheus, Red Wolf.
I was too weak to unlock it after my slumber. The failure was mine. I should pay the price. But the people... they need me. I am so sorry.
I am sorry as well, old friend.
Damn. I love how clearly heartbroken he sounds. I hate that Flemeth is gone. Well, I don't want to say definitively that Flemeth is gone. Asha Bellinar, she can come back whenever she feels like it. I'm never completely sold that a character is dead because we saw what happened to Leliana. Anything is possible. So I feel like it has to be surreal for her to be here after everything that's happened and without Solas. Look at all his frescoes. They're finished. No, nothing. Just a broken heart. Okay, so
So, Liliana, should I bow whenever you come into the room now?
The ceremony is not for a while.
It will be strange to see you and think, there walks divine Victoria.
Then let us enjoy these moments while they last, as colleagues.
Nor as friends.
What's this? A breach in decorum?
Perish the thought.
Oh, I love them so much. Attend the Exalted Council. Warning. Beginning the Exalted Council will lock off all other areas and plots and jump to 944 Dragon, 2 years after the death of Corypheus. There's no going back from this point. With Corypheus dead and the threat of Fade rifts and demons waning, both Orlais and Ferelden have begun to raise questions about the future of the Inquisition. Divine Victoria has promised to shield the Inquisition from political matters for as long as possible. Eventually, she plans to call the Exalted Council, a chance to determine the role and possibly the fate of the Inquisition. Here we go. Alright, the Exalted Council will be held at the Winter Palace outside of 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶. Thanks to Divine Victoria's negotiation with the ambassadors. We are ready to depart at your convenience. Here we go.
Another parade, another bloody negotiation.
Smiles, everyone. We must be careful how we present ourselves.
Why did Divine Victoria call the Exalted Council? She's kept Orlais from bothering us for the last 2 years.
At increasing political cost, yes. She has done all she can, but the Exalted Council has become necessary. Orlais would control us, and based on their many marriage proposals, they have specific plans for you. Our real concern is Ferelden. They would see us disbanded entirely.
Inquisitor, it has been too long. I hope the years have been kind to you.
How have you been, Mother Giselle?
I spent last summer in Empress de Lyon, distributing food sent from the exalted plains. The Dales are finally recovering.
Corypheus left a great deal of damage for us to repair. I appreciate your efforts.
And I yours, your worship. I should mention that your forces at Suladin Keep were of great help. Please give my compliments to Baron Deschedin. Divine Victoria asked me to greet you on her behalf. She is currently attending to the Ferelden ambassador's concerns.
You can probably just call her Liliana in private conversation.
You can, Inquisitor.
Oh?
I prefer to use her divine name. Our last divine once joked about why I insisted upon calling her Justinia. She called it my way of reassuring her that I had not completely forgotten who was in charge.
How do you think Divine Victoria has done these last 2 years?
It is hardly for me to say, Inquisitor.
With respect, that's never stopped you before, Mother Giselle.
Victoria has proven adept at winning allies with both her intelligence and her faith. It is a blessing in these trying times. We are lucky to have her.
I'll speak to Divine Victoria.
I believe she would appreciate that, Your Worship. The Divine sees the good that you can do and have done. Duke Cyril will wish to greet you on behalf of 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶. I believe he is currently speaking with the 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 ambassador. Many of your friends have returned as well. I hope you have a chance to speak with them before the Exalted Council begins.
Please, please let it be Dorian.
The Imperium sent an ambassador.
Yes, Your Worship. Dorian Pavas has taken the chance to return from Tevinter. It will be good to see him again. I owe him my apology.
You do.
I allowed my distrust of Tevinter to cloud my judgment. He took a great risk coming to help us, and deserved better treatment.
You're going to apologize? To Dorian?
I have little patience for those who cannot admit they were wrong, Your Worship. Myself included. I will have to make my apologies somewhere public. He will want an audience for his reaction.
Yes, he will. God, I love him so fucking much.
Who has returned for the Exalted Council?
Your dwarven friend, Master Tetras, for one. I understand he spent much of the last few years in Kirkwall. I believe Sir Blackwall has returned as well, although he now uses the name Tom Ranier. Enjoy time with them while you can, Your Worship. I doubt you will have the chance once the Exalted Council is underway.
Thank you, Mother Giselle.
Your Worship, a final question, if I may. This Exalted Council, 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 would have the Inquisition disband. 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 sees its power as another feather in a chevalier's helmet. What do you wish to do with the Inquisition?
This one's always been interesting for me. But I think for Lavellan it's fairly simple. Morrigan reiterates it at the end of her outro. Groups get too big. Too powerful. And power always corrupts. Solas makes a point to that earlier in the game. And it is a lesson that Cassandra also learns regarding Lord Seeker Lambert and what happens in the novel Asunder, which is set in this universe. It's Cole's origin story, basically.
You once told me about the first Inquisition that took place 800 years ago. You said that when their battle was over, that Inquisition soldiers sheathed their swords and went home. If our battle is truly over, perhaps it's time for us to do the same.
Thank you. Maker watch over you, Inquisitor. I will not keep you any longer.
I do wish, painfully so, that we could have another outfit. Please, something other than this. Oh, Varric!
The Prince of Starkhaven wrote to you again.
Of course he did. Just put that one in the pile with letters from the Merchants Guild.
And the captain of the city guard had a very colorful message for me to deliver to you as well.
Inquisitor! Andraste's ass, am I ever glad to see you.
I love it so much. Was that Sebastian? And Avalon?
And the Inquisitor comes to the rescue once again.
Is that what you call it?
This is Bran Caven. Until recently, he was the Viscount...
Provisional Viscount.
Of Kirkwall.
Oh.
And what are you doing now?
I have resumed my post as Seneschal now that Master Tethrus has been elected Viscount.
Ooh. You're the Viscount of Kirkwall now.
Well, it seems the two of you have a great deal to discuss. Why don't I just leave you to it?
This man wants out of here so bad.
It turns out, you fund enough reconstruction efforts in a city-state, the nobles give you the worst job they can think of.
Oh, I'm so proud of him, though. I do think immediate vote of confidence.
That's fantastic. You'll make an excellent Viscount.
I think the nobility figured, after Dumar and Perrin, what's the worst that could happen if we put the dwarf in charge? They voted me in because I got the harbor and businesses up and running again. They want shit fixed, and I can do that. Anyway, I was hoping I'd catch you before the summit got underway. I got you a sort of present. It's official recognition of your title and holdings in 𝒂𝒾𝒶. Congratulations. You're a comtesse now.
You can't actually do that without...
Too late. Already did it. I also drafted an alliance with the new elf-led city council of 𝒂𝒾𝒶, so Clan Lavellan has some political muscle to flex now.
That needs to be reviewed by...
You were leaving us to talk, remember?
I don't think you'll understand how important what he just did was. So, Clan Lavellan has a very precarious existence outside of this city, 𝒂𝒾𝒶, and you actually spend 6 or more quests at the mission table trying to keep them alive, because the human city of 𝒂𝒾𝒶 is TLDR, trying to do away with the Dalish clan that's positioned nearby. And you have to very delicately battle for their livelihoods. And I successfully did that in this playthrough. And to reward us for all of that, Varric's gone and make sure they were extra safe. I was always a little miffed that they don't mention Clan Lavellan and all the work that you go to save them, but it's right here. Only Varric, honestly. What a fucking bro. Oh, so not only has he given us a place to call home, but he's also been like, hey, I've made sure that your family has a place to call home. Even though the Dalish are nomadic, it's definitely the thought that counts, and the fact that they have a safe place to be. Oh, Lavellan's gonna give this man so many kisses on his little forehead if he's cool with that. Jesus Christ. I feel like she's absolutely overwhelmed. That's such a huge gesture. That's not shit that a lot of people do for the Dalish. Oh, it's too early to cry. We're not even properly into Trespasser.
This is possibly too much, Varric. I don't know what to say.
That's nothing. Practically nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, that reminds me. It's the key to the city.
You can't give that away without approval from the council and a special ceremony.
It's just symbolic anyway.
It controls one of the giant chain nets in the harbor.
Really? It's so much better than I thought.
I love Varric so much. Wow. What a wonderful gift. I mean, other than getting to see him again, which is truly the best gift of all. Fucking... No, I think she can accept it. I think that it's absolutely the fact that he's doing all this for us, and that's truly what matters here, is that he wanted to.
Thank you. I'm touched. A little bit horrified by this key now, but still touched.
Please don't give anything else away.
I don't know how this council thing is going to end for the Inquisition. But whatever gets decided, you've got a place lined up in 𝒂𝒾𝒶 if you want it. Also, control of the harbor, I guess. Anyway, you should meet with the diplomats. And we'll get in a game of Wicked Grace before I go back, though, right?
I wouldn't miss it.
Don't bet any public buildings this time.
This seneschal is sweating. That is so good! Oh my god, love you so much, Varric. Alright. We have to speak with the ambassadors and then catch up with our buddies. I think this is the exact area that we get to run around. Oh. I'm so glad I was randomly scanning. 𝒸𝒾𝒶. Can I just have it? God damn it. I did see something about mercy for the elves, and you better fucking... or else we're gonna have some words. Thank you.
Thank the Maker.
Oh! Every time that happens. Is that a bone? Are we playing Phasmophobia? Expensive dog treats! Okay, hold on. I gotta throw some more shit away. Is there gonna be a Mabari we can give this to? Because I swear to God. A half-finished poem. Skin like gauze across the sky. I sigh and fall in evening's lakes. The pools of which deep as your eyes, and eyes of which pierce like wakes, no, drakes, heartaches, cakes. Maker, I hope my lady's patient. Some guy sitting on the edge of this little fountain, penning away, putting his little heart down onto parchment.
Watch your tongue.
Maker.
What? Why are you talking smack at the Dalish? Oh. Bard? I'm a rogue. I'm supposed to be able to go wherever I want to. I think that has to be one of my favorite things about playing a rogue in Dragon Age, is because you get the secret doors. And truly that brings me joy. Oh. Oh, where are we going? Oh. Another bone? Why? The first Grand Enchanter. Grand Enchanter 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 was the first leader of the Circle of Magi when it was founded in 120 Divine. After Hadwin distinguished himself in battle during the Second Blight, Emperor Drakon himself endorsed him for the position. From all accounts, the Grand Enchanter performed admirably, but some speculate Hadwin was a second choice. That Drakon had another mage with connections to Inquisitor Meriden in mind for the job. We know that now to be Meriden's girlfriend, little Dalish elf baby girl. Tellingly, these debates are based on a half-finished letter to an army captain and the guest list of a party where Meriden and the Emperor were in attendance. If any proof ever existed, it's likely dust. The idea's merits should be treated as such, for scholarship's sake. From a short-penned primer of Alay's most excellent and inspiring history by Lord Renal, published in 935 Dragon. I love that by paying attention to the previous expansions, we're getting all these little lore snippets. And truly, that is what I live for. Oh, he was... Oh! What's happening? Inquisition baby, you're drunk. Josie!
It's been quite a day so far, has it not? I've been speaking with representatives from everywhere. Have they given you trouble? Not at all. It is quite alarming. It means they are all saving themselves up for later. Would you walk with me? I should like to take some air before the Exalted Council becomes inescapable.
Of course.
The palace has been most accommodating. We are, after all, here at their insistence. But the ministers may... No. No more talk of the council. This meeting was to spend time with you in a more relaxed fashion.
Is this in your daily notes? 3 to 4 o'clock, idle chats with the Inquisitor.
Sometimes it has to be.
Of course not. Not precisely. The truth is, there is a small entertainment happening tonight, to which I may be able to find a pair of invitations.
Oh?
You'd like me to go with you?
Very much so. In all the years you've worked with Orlais, you had so little time to enjoy its culture.
Perhaps you're right. These meetings and talks don't allow for much leisure time.
And then back to Skyhold without a moment's pause to take in where we are. With all that's been happening, I promised myself a single evening out. I'd very much like to go with a friend.
Oh, how sweet.
And what is this small entertainment?
Something to ease our minds. I would very much like to surprise you with the details.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you for thinking of me. I'd be delighted to attend.
Splendid. I will arrange things at once. The past years have been so busy. We have earned at least a few moments of rest.
A calm night out sounds...
Oh, bravo! Bravo!
Uh-oh. Yeah, what just happened?
Was the woman in gold playing a king? Who was the man in feathers?
Oh, it's all very simple. The first actor's mask is determined by... well, I will lend you the program guide. But tell me, did you enjoy the performance?
I'm not sure she did, given her facial expression. But we're gonna be very, very sweet.
That was... one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Truly.
That part with the glittery... and they actually set fire to... Yes, I truly enjoyed it.
Then I call tonight a great success. Oh, look! The encore signal!
I'm not sure she's seen anything like that before. I doubt the Dalish get to go to the theater much. Cole! Oh, my son. Inquisitor, your suggestion regarding the young man, Cole, was excellent. He displays an uncanny ability to locate missing people. When hostile forces had our agents and we feared they would be killed if we approached, Cole was able to reach them without being detected. While he has been less useful overall at extracting intelligence, I have learned to trust his instincts about whether a target is trustworthy or malicious. Per your request, I have limited his assistance to rescue operations or attacks on clearly hostile forces. Whatever magic lives in the young man's mind, it would be poorly served on the less pleasant necessities of our work. His remarks about my family, while not germane to the mission at hand, were also greatly appreciated. Yours, Charter. Oh, my boy. Josephine in the last few years. Dear Inquisitor Lavellan, Commander Kellen has reviewed the soldiers. I have written and received so many letters from the Elysian court. Our birds practically blot out the sun. We are as prepared for this exalted council as we will ever be. I know this past year has been full of formal meetings. Goodness knows I have attended many myself. But this one will truly test the alliances and friendships we've worked so hard to build. If I might offer you any advice, Inquisitor, it is this. Keep a smile ready. And remember, we have their attention because we are to be reckoned with. Respectfully yours, Ambassador Montelier. Liliana. Inquisitor. Thank you so much for your kind inquiries. I am doing very well, although I have been quite busy. Selecting new staff for my apartment at the Grand Cathedral has taken me so much longer than expected, and if you wouldn't mind, I would like to borrow Scout Harding for a few weeks to help me find more nugs. Yes! Oh my god, please fill the Grand Cathedral with nugs. I can get her in contact with the Nug King if she would like. I cannot possibly hire anyone to a permanent position without first observing them in a room full of baby nugs. And all the litters I have on hand are nearly full grown. This is why I made her divine. In any case, I will see you soon at 𝒂𝒾𝒶. Until then, Lavellan. She's so right, though. You know the caliber of a person. Okay, my personal checks of a person's character. 1. How are they with animals? 2. How are they with people in the service industry? Those are the 2 tests you have to pass. If you're not sweet to animals, and if you're not kind to service industry workers, bye. I don't want to know you. You love a woman who loves her nugs. Oh. Crumpled silk napkin? Alright. Oh. Hold on, I didn't scan in the corner though. Is this another bone? It is! Alright, just the book. Hard in Hightown! Chapter 10. By 𝒂𝒾𝒶. Oh, that's right. We read this like the shitty detective, don't we? Oh no, I haven't done this in so long. Donan Brenevik had been pursuing the killer of Magistrate Dunwald without food or rest. And so far, all he had was a seal of an imaginary group, a wounded arm, and a package that contained a rusted Tevinter shortsword. He was past exhaustion, and every breath made his head throb like he'd had too much to drink. He was getting too old for this shit. He couldn't go to the barracks with a knife wound he'd picked up off duty. If the captain caught him, and she would, he'd be thrown out of the guard for sure. That left one option. The Chantry Clinic turned no one away. But it usually didn't have to. The presence of 3 circle healers was more than enough to frighten most decent folk into deciding to wait and see if they get better on their own terms. Aside from a few drunken beggars snoring in the beds, the clinic was quiet. The healer didn't ask his name and tended the wound with only a disapproving frown. In a few breaths, his arm was as good as ever. Pity magic would mend his coat sleeve. As he walked through the nave toward the exit, he heard a voice. "Guardsman, I was just about to look for you." The deep black gown she... Oh no. This is so noir, I'm dead. The deep black gown she wore only made her eyes more otherworldly. A scent like lilacs filled the air around her. She may have been dressed in mourning garb, but she was dressed to kill. Donan bowed. "Lady Marielle, we should talk. I may have a lead for you." Jesus Christ.
You there! You're to dodge, not catch. If that ball were a fireball, you'd be dead.
Oh my god. That's a large boy.
You found a dog?
They don't breed Mabari in 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶. The merchant said he was abandoned. Perhaps his owner's tired of the novelty.
Oh, that is terrible. Don't abandon animals.
Poor boy. Well, he seems happy now.
Another Ferelden trapped at the Winter Palace. I couldn't leave him to that fate. Besides, I think he likes me.
You could take him to Ferelden sometime. He should know where he came from.
I did promise my sister a visit. She might try to spoil you. Remember who you report to.
Oh my god.
The Inquisition will change after this. I'm not yet sure what that will mean.
Oh, what a big boy!
Whatever happens, our people, you, Liliana, Josephine, will have my support. In whatever form you require.
I can't imagine the Inquisition without you.
I am honored, and likewise, Inquisitor.
That's
you
a
can help.
large boy.
Dodge this, and I'll find overpriced Orlesian dog treats before we go.
I think that's what we've been collecting. See, everyone was complaining about no Mabari in Inquisition. Here he is. We don't have a Mabari hound in Inquisition.
Oh, yes.
Because we have a wolf in our party the whole time. A reminder. While the gazebo is available for festive occasions, deposits are non-refundable in cases of flood, fire, or imperial whim. Book accordingly. Imperial whim, Jesus fuck. Okay, let's put some puppy treats in there. Alright, we've got 3 in the bucket. Let's keep going. I love how giving the dog treats has increased our con. It has made us hardier. Okay, just the book. I am going to find... Oh, there's another bone.
All's well, it seems.
Okay, let's read. Oh, Heart and Hightown Chapter 2. Oh, 11. I'm stupid. The Café d'Or perched atop a hill in the Orlesian district of Hightown, with a view of the entire city so the wealthy patrons could keep an eye on the peasants toiling below. Lady Marielle studied the room across the rim of her cup. A few nobles sat at the delicate little tables, sipping tea from a vane and whispering among themselves about the latest maneuvers in the grand game 1,000 leagues away. "What's this lead you have for me?" Donan broke the silence, acutely aware that he oh no, this is so noir, I can't. Acutely aware that he stank of sweat and fish from the docks and was wearing a ripped, blood-stained coat in the most high-class cafe in 𝒂𝒾𝒶. "We're being followed, guardsman." The lady's voice was low. From her tone, she might have been discussing the weather. The 2 gentlemen in the corner by the door. Donan picked up his teacup and gestured with it as if making a point while he turned slightly in his chair to look. The men were finely dressed, but almost as out of place as he was. A large, sickly pale Ander with a face full of scars and a tattooed chastened with a stone dagger at his belt. A chastened in a doublet? That's one for the history books, Donan murmured. Of course he has shitty one-liners. Lady Marielle favored him with a half-smile. "Last night, a man came by the estate. He said he wanted to buy Seamus's collection. All of it." Donan sat up straighter. "The swords?" "He said his name was Wagner." She sipped delicately at her tea. "He gave me an address in Lowtown in case I changed my mind. And those 2 have been shadowing me ever since." God. I do like how we get to finish the series, hopefully. Hey, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Oh, a chessboard. Oh, I see it. But apparently our shoes are too big. A silver ring. Oh, and another thing? Oh. The baths. A broken mask. Okay. God. I love a little local hot spring. What the fuck? Oh, that looks like Viv. It is Viv. I would know that dress anyway. Okay, that's chapter 15. We're only at 11. So we can't read that yet. I will come back to it if we find 12, 13, and 14.
Darling, you made it. Excellent. I scheduled this appointment ages ago, and they do appreciate punctuality.
Appointment?
With the Imperial Garden Spa, of course. You work so hard, my dear. I wanted to treat you.
Also, I love the way that she's laying on the couch. Queen. Oh.
I've never heard of a fancy spa serving elves.
You are the Inquisitor, darling. Savior of the Empire. They won't turn you away.
What are the cheese wheels for?
It pains me that you even have to ask. You've clearly been living too long in barely civilized conditions.
Oh.
Did you hear something?
Relax, darling. It's spa day. How have you been? It seems ages since we've spoken. I know you were cruelly disappointed when Solas left.
I thought it was spa day. I thought it was spa day. Why are you talking to me about my absentee boyfriend?
I'm still not over what happened.
We shouldn't dwell on terrible mistakes, should we? It's spa day.
I'm nervous. I just want to enjoy my spa day.
You must be keeping very busy.
Someone has to keep the mess that's been made of Thedas' institutions of magic from flying apart.
Why are there hams everywhere?
Don't you feel better, my dear? This place really does work miracles.
What happened?
Darling, it's spa day. Don't fret. You'll undo all the good they've done. Come along, Inquisitor. They have other appointments, you know.
Bananas on a stick? Oh no. Somebody's trying to cosplay 𝒸𝒾𝒶. And many hams. Damn. I don't know what the fuck Sarah is doing, but I'm not sure anyone does ever. Oh, it's all the joke weapons. The cheese wheel shield. I don't know if there's... Ooh, is there like a ham of sorrow or something like that, right? Oh. A bone? I gotta check all the corners. Exactly, this is why you check. A lacquered box. Interesting. Oh, there's lots of shit up here. We're just gonna take coins from the pool? Alright. That's fine, I guess. We're gonna read a little pack. Dedication. This fountain was erected in commemoration of the end of the Civil War and the slaying of Corypheus by the Blessed Herald of Andraste. Ugh. Inquisitor Emalynde Lavellan in the 42nd year of the Dragon Age. Let the song of its water be as laughter. Let the cool of its stone be as memories gone. Dedicated by Marquis Briola, beloved friend to the throne and the people of Olay, in memory of Empress Celine. Ew. No, baby, don't do that. You don't need to do that, Briola. She can't hurt you anymore. Dorian! Baby.
Olay is on your side, Lord Parvis. The Inquisition's support is not a thing to lose lightly.
Which is why the Orlesian court is circling it with a net and collar?
Tell him.
But you'll have to excuse me. I see an old friend I must greet.
Oh, honey.
Inquisitor, how long has it been? Don't actually tell me. I despise feeling old.
Oh.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Can we please throw ourselves into his arms and give him big, obnoxious kisses on the cheek?
You arrived ahead of me. I hope all's well.
It's everything I expected. We've been spared the burden of surprise. Olay wants the Inquisition tamed, Ferelden wants it gone, the Chantry medals, and Tevinter sends but one ambassador. That's me, by the way. A reward for my interest in the South. Thankfully, Ambassador Pavis is a token appointment. Call on me as you like.
Inquisitor, Duke 𝒸𝒹𝒾𝒁, member of the Council of Heralds and Lord of 𝒸𝒾𝒁. I have long followed your work. It is extraordinary.
Is that sentiment shared by the rest of the court?
Of course. Ole wishes only to offer respectful guidance to the Inquisition.
Does your grace feel the Inquisition should continue to rule itself?
I would rather see the Inquisition join us freely than be carved into pieces for the chessboard. I have not forgotten Justinia's death. I had friends who perished at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. More than the good you have done, it is a good we may do together I don't wish to lose. Whatever happens, Inquisitor, I wish you well.
Thanks, I guess. Man, you interrupted a conversation I was having with Dorian. That is the Wyvern Hunting Grounds guy. I was wondering why he sounded familiar. Scandalous gossip. This unsigned note is creased, as if it had been secreted away in someone's pocket. Dearest Jay, I agree. It is surprising that the Ferelden's come as equals, but the Exalted Council is in the heart of southern Olay. That cannot be lost on our neighbors. Marquis Briola has, of course, stayed out of sight, but do not believe for a second that the rabbit is not meddling where none can see her. She goes by the rabbit? That's precious. The Inquisition gave her that title, but she will not hesitate to wind them so tightly around her they'll choke. Oh. Oh. Rabbit is a slur for elves, isn't it? I thought they were calling her Bunny. Like she was a little hare. I'm not excited anymore. Me, too innocent to know that that was an unkind thing to say. I'm like, oh, that's so nice of them to give her cute nickname.
Will
Wow.
it matter? I suppose.
Divine Victoria, am I interrupting?
Of course not, Inquisitor. I was catching up with Redcliffe's Arl. He's here to represent Ferelden at the summit.
Inquisitor, good to meet you.
How are things in Redcliffe, my lord?
Blessedly quiet. The mayor conveys his greetings. Redcliffe remembers its savior.
Mm-hmm. I'll try not to keep you from more important matters.
Very well. We'll continue this later, your perfection.
Oh.
Many are frightened of the Inquisition's power, but I will do all I can to allay their fears.
Is there anything I can do to make your job easier?
Explore the grounds. Let yourself be seen. The delegates need to put a face to the legend. I have much to do, but let me say this. I may no longer be your spy master, but I am always here if you require.
Love you, Liliana.
I'm glad you finally arrived, Inquisitor. The Crown's anxious for news.
And your thoughts on Ferelden's position?
The breach is long gone, yet Skyhold's army remains. Ferelden can't continue to ignore soldiers on its borders.
I mean, he's not terribly wrong from a strategic standpoint.
I appreciate knowing where Ferelden stands.
You are owed that, Inquisitor, especially here. These Orlesians will talk circles around you before you get a simple greeting out. I won't keep you longer. We'll have words enough when the Exalted Council begins.
I do appreciate straightforward. At least I know what I'm working with. A dispatch. Oh! From Alistair! From the Crown of Ferelden. I don't think I can do Alistair anymore, but oh. Uncle Tegan. I read your first letter. Trust Orlais to put up a fight about this now. You've been there before, so I'm not telling you anything new. Send a messenger if you need anything. I'll send someone out straight away. Regards, King Alistair of Ferelden. Someone, presumably His Majesty, has drawn a stick figure weighed down by an oversized crown at the bottom of the page. Oh, Alistair, baby. Oh. Anakirch Halfer, a diverse catalogue of treasures. Billing itself as the most distinguished retailer of fine goods and novelties to the rich since 786 Storm, this booklet is filled with woodcuts of strange trinkets. the world's best articulated Everite backscratcher. Complicated-looking devices. The only triple-decker carriage with Orzammar-designed wheel locks for smoother braking, and specialty items. Be the first to enjoy the amazing cooling properties of drake skin lining in one's evening mask. Cool.
Leisure.
Oh. Bone time? I see it. God damn it. We'll go put the bones down when we are finished with this upper level. Chapter 18! Oh my god. Okay, so 15 and 18 we haven't done. Varric, I need you to compile them in order, sweetheart. It's very hard to read the chapters so piecemeal. So it looks like there should be at least 3 or 4 more? Wow, that's a nice increase in con, honestly. Oh! Chapter 12! We can actually do this one. They say you can buy anything in the Lowtown Bazaar. It's mostly true. On the right day, you can find vendors hawking spices from Saharan, the legacies of unknown dwarven paragons, maps to hidden fortresses in the Donarchs, and the crown jewels of Antiva. And no bookstore in Thedas peddles more wild stories than Lowtown. 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 made a point of greeting each shopkeeper as he passed so that the continual chant of "Godsman" reached the ears of the 2 large men shadowing him since he'd left Lady Marielle in Hightown. The address she'd given him led to a warehouse in the Foundry District, a section of the city populated only by rusted metal spikes and vagrants. Donnan knocked on the door. An immaculately dressed butler greeted him and gestured for him to enter. "Guardsman 𝒂𝒾𝒶, Messer Wagner has been expecting you." Donnan followed him through a labyrinth of warehouse offices to a back room richly appointed with silk carpets and tapestries depicting the execution of Andraste. 2 heavy armchairs upholstered in velvet occupied the center of the room. In one sat a smug, red-haired man dressed entirely in blinding white samite. The other chair was empty. "Guardsman, please sit." The gentleman spoke with a heavy Starkhaven accent. "I suppose you would be Messer Wagner?" Donnan asked. "I am a procurer of antiquities, Sirrah 𝒂𝒾𝒶, as I am sure that the Lady Dunwald explained." Wagner carefully lit a pipe made of carved bloodstone and inhaled. "But we are both men of business, Guardsman. You are soon to retire, are you not? Allow me to present you with an opportunity." Donnan turned a critical eye on the tapestry of Andraste's pyre. "I'm listening." Wagner watched him through a growing veil of smoke. "Do you know what Seamus Dunwald had in his possession, Guardsman? What made that poor man worth killing? Do tell." "The sword of Hassarian." Wagner leaned forward, studying him closely. "The very heart, the very blade that pierced Andraste's heart." Donnan gave him a flat stare. "If I believed that were even possible, I'd think that blade would be worth a lot of coin. Most would look at it and see a rusted piece of scrap. It is no longer the jeweled blade of an Archon, but to the right buyer, Guardsman. The sword is worth an empire's ransom, and I know such buyers." Wagner smiled. "It is here, in Kirkwall, and if you can help me find it..." Aye. Can make you a very rich man. Good. I'm glad we get to continue our little novel time. Oh. Bull!
Your Worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the Chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
What?
Wait, what?
It's for his birthday.
Do Qunari even have birthdays?
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
On it. I can do it.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
Oh. Oh!
Do you think news of the Exalted Council could affect the lyrium shipments from Orzammar?
Maybe.
Did you know that Ferelden has its own names for lords? The country is divided into Ternes, governed by Terns. Inside those are cities and Arlings ruled by Arls, and then there's the Banorn. It's a large area of countryside ruled by multiple bands.
Good to know.
Oh!
It's fascinating to see the remnants of Syrian culture here. Most of it was deliberately erased during Orlesian unification under the reign of Mafrath's son Isarath.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the dwarf. He's doing his best. Crime does not approve.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
That's so cool. He hates it, though. Oh, we're magicking it now?
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Sure you can. They must have that thing almost across the room by now, right? Ben Hasrath, remember?
Surprise! Happy birthday, Chief!
Oh, you guys. You got me.
So sweet. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Creme. Right. Do we get any, like, real conversation?
Hey, boss.
Yeah. Oh.
Inquisitor Herald, glad to be back for whatever it is this lot have shoved up their sleeves. Just right up in there.
That's it? It's been some time.
Well, we don't know what's what, so what's there to go on about? It's Inquisition business, innit? That's all we are. Maybe sort out how they want to mess with us. Then there'll be something to talk about.
Oh. I think this is lower approval than I had with her the last time. I think she says something about Solas. Or at least did the last time, if I'm not mistaken. Which is a shame, because I think she's the only person other than Viv who asks you if you're okay, basically. Last end of the book. Stop leaving them places. Below are journal entries by Sarah. Also, several sketches of Skyhold with impeccable cross-hatching. Moving again. Less stuff, more things. People things. Too many vowels somethings. Named less stupid, Orlais. Last Jenny checked in, wasn't worried. A drawing of a gloved fist holding an odd symbol, smashing against the face of a chevalier. The symbol is red and smells of strawberry. Traveling again. And again. Been here before. We're everywhere. Back to the Winter Palace. Never good. Pack bees. Bet Varric we're in trouble. Scratched out. Varric won't take a sucker bet. In for 10 with Cullen. Everyone looks old and tired and fat. Find who shrunk my skyhold clothes. Scratched out. Piss. Don't say the Inquisitor's hand looks bad. It looks very bad. Is Whittle even here? Why do I go where there's no Whittle? A drawing of Sarah and Dagna, silhouetted by an explosion, bees, and exploding bees. Chargers in the palace. No one will be sleeping. Rainier hugs harder than Blackwall. Still beardy. Josie is best here. Cassandra needs to punch something or she'll explode. Everyone. They never call in everyone. Liliana knows something. Knew it. Inquisition is in trouble. Man, I'm sad she didn't want to talk to us more, but I get it. I know she doesn't like elves. The Gilded Horns drink menu. The Golden Nug. An effervescent white Seleny wine with a dash of West Hill brandy and a splash of pomegranate juice, muddled with raspberries and a sprig of royal elf fruit. That sounds really good. The Hissing Drake. A bold mix of cinnamon-infused whiskey, dark lemon rum, and Hero's Lava Burst, not for the faint of stomach or heart. Benediction. Forfeit's Laurel gin, served with a wedge of lime and a timble of golden scythe. The Emerald Valley, made with a spirit distilled by Chantry sisters and lides from over 70 herbs and flowers, topped by egg white foam dusted with nutmeg. This person knows what they're doing. A Night of Shame. Our sweetest Antavian port with dash of chocolate bitters and a twist of orange, served in a floated chilled cerule glass. Oh. The Randy Dowager. A roman to have been concocted by the editor of Olay's most scandalous periodical herself. A tall glass of abyssal peach liquor and fresh cream. Garnished with sugar rose petals and served on a silk handkerchief with scandalous rhyming couplet eked on it by the bartender. Oh, I need to make one of those. My son!
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Should I not?
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
Cole clearing him out for me. Thank you, sweetheart.
I appreciate the help getting him elsewhere.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs.
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Oh. Scrongly boy. Meriden?
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
What? What? Wait. I thought Kren gets with Meriden. What? What's happening?
I'm pleased for both of you. The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
This is why you choose different things. Damn. Woo, I'm shook. Well, I mean, as long as he's happy, right? Hi, Blackwall. Hey, nice.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal, and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
Are you glad you at least tried to apologize?
It's hard to say. I go back and forth most days. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Oh, can we do it?
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
Oh, do we not get to? Oh, I thought we were going to make it into something fun and playful. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, like, be mean to him. Inquisitor, I hope this letter finds you well. I apologize for my prolonged absence. I've traced the whereabouts of one more of my former company, and I am writing to you from 𝒂𝒾𝒁, where he now resides. I knew him as Private Nicholas Lorry. He goes by Klaus now. Unlike so many of the men I betrayed, Klaus found a way to put his life together without turning to crime. It doesn't in any way lessen the horror of what I did, but it was comforting to see at least one life not completely ruined by my actions. Klaus is married to a lovely lady. They run a small bakery. It didn't take him long for recognition to dawn. And then I had 2 mince pies lobbed at my head. Pies that were fresh from the oven, mind you. It was a good thing I ducked. I made my apologies. Even after months of searching and making reparations, it was still hard. To his credit, Klaus allowed me to talk. We ended the visit with ales at the Hanged Man. Good reference. I should return within the month. Thank you for allowing me this time, Inquisitor. Yours, 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁. Good job, 𝒂𝒾𝒁. You did a good thing. Wager notes. Notes carried back and forth by runners, covered in different handwriting. What do you say, gentlemen? 3 days before the Inquisition sends and aligns itself with 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁. Properly this time. Nonsense, Marcel. Ferelden is here for blood. A day before they either demand it outright or threaten war on us if they don't get it. The Divine will intercede. She must. Victoria and the Inquisition are too closely connected in everyone's eyes for her not to interfere. You have great confidence in the Chantry, Elaine. 1,000 royals worth of confidence from each of you if the Divine settles the fate of the Inquisition. Done. 1,000 from each of you once the Inquisition to cede sovereignty to 𝒂𝒹𝒃 and the Council of Heralds. You two will beggar me. Leonard, are you out? Don't be ridiculous. 1,000 royals on the Fereldens getting their way after all. I don't know if I love that people are... making bets. Oh, wait. Bone? I see it. Aha! Okay, so we can buy and sell in here. Maybe this is where you can get tier 4 stuff? What? What the fuck is that? Unique greatsword. Whatever made this weapon, its flesh appears to be alive. How many monies? Oh wow, I have 0 monies for that. Dang. It could be an abomination's blood magic, a spirit twisted into physical form, or some other affront to the maker. It unleashes, I don't know what to call it, an energy that tangles foes together? The power thrills right up your arm. I'd cast it back into that cave I found it in if the thing weren't so useful. Damn! That's a lot of money, though. That's way more money than I got. I could sell things, though. Where was it? It was this thing. We can do it! We can do it! I can't believe we had almost exactly the amount. Oh. Alright, we bought him. Thank you! Golden Nog. Hi, buddy. Synchronize collectibles. This will synchronize your collectibles across games by downloading collectibles that you previously uploaded and uploading new required ones? No, I don't know what that means entirely. Let's go in here next. Virid's Tinctures. Hard and High Town Chapter 17. We need 13. 13's the next one on our list. Notes on Palace Guests. A collection of servants' notes on the guests attending the Winter Palace. Countess Devory wants a stateroom set aside from 3 to 5 in the afternoon for a daughter's hawk practice. Must have windows on one side and a balcony. If she proposes a recital, refer her to the Seneschal. Duke 𝒸𝒹𝒾𝒁 wants to entertain Ferelden relatives. A barrel of whiskey and 3 with cheese to be delivered to his quarters this evening. Ban Walt, his bed should be made up with linen, not silk. Sir Litstone complains an old wound in her left leg is making itself felt. Move it to the ground floor. Lady Galatea, a duelist. She's requested a sparring partner in a suitable practice ground. Lord Gilderay, to be woken at 8 by a maid on even days, a page boy on odd days, don't ask. With a fresh pitcher of water and 12 sprigs of lavender on a peach-coloured towel, don't ask. Carrying these items in silently, without making eye contact with his lordship, placing them on the divan, clapping twice, then leaving without a word. Do not ask. Okay, so let's go in this building. Cullen in the last few years. Cullen. Word has spread from Dunham about the summit the Inquisition will attend. The news is half rumors, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. I will, however, look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love our Legion parties. Branson's here. His son insists I add L.O. Cole to this letter. He also insists it be L.O. and not hello. Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, Mia. Cassandra in the last few years. Inquisitor. I have completed the survey of the port at Antiva City, and found no further sign of Fade energy or demons since you closed the rift here in the spring. Our mages believe the Veil in this region is stable, at least for now. However, no reassurances can pacify the merchant princes. It may take a personal visit from the Maker to stop their complaining. I can hardly believe it possible, but I think all the rifts are finally sealed. I cannot even guess what we will do next. Also, Yvette Montillier has sent you a box filled with tea, or spices, or Maker knows what powdery brown substance that smells slightly like soap. It may be soap for all I know. She included a note saying, "Enjoy," with several curlicues and a drawing of a smiling flower. I will ask Josephine to decipher this when I return. Cassandra. I love her so much. She has such a beautiful, unique accent. Vivienne in the last few years. Inquisitor. I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with you prior to the exalted council at Lamcheral. The colleagues and fraternities of enchanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months, and I must be present to organize everything, or the Equitarians and the Lacrotians will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballot boxes and the arrangements of voting cards you can possibly imagine. On the last 2 occasions when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists sealed themselves inside the debating area with ice walls, in protest over some insult from a libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must, of course, convey the continuing approbation of the Elysian Court, although I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with the Council of Heralds' compliments by now. Cordially, Vivienne. Varric in the last few years. Inquisitor, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. The red lyrium cleaned up and the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones, eerily glaring at everyone. The city guard celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of, "Thank the maker the crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy, despite, or maybe because of, the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all this stellar progress, it looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back, which led to a lot of ships getting wrecked coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now, the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rocks. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many. And even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the Fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace. Please. This Viscount shit is boring me to death. Varric. I love getting to catch up with all of them in these ways. Oh, Charter!
Well met, your worship.
Hi, I read a note from you earlier, babe. To all members of the Inquisition, it has come to my attention that I must remind everyone of the type of behavior expected from us during this exalted council. It is natural to wish to hold our heads high, but remember that we are guests of the Imperial Court. It is upon us to behave with good grace, propriety, and restraint. If you are unsure of how to address someone of gentle birth, my lord or my lady will suffice. If you are fearful that you have overstepped an unknown protocol, speak with your commanders. If they are not available, seek me out. Over-imbibing is strongly discouraged at all times. If you are steered into an argument about the Inquisition's politics, politely excuse yourself as quickly as possible. Please do not engage in these debates. If all else fails, trust sense and common courtesy to guide your actions. Sincerely, Lady Montilyet. That's so funny. Activity in the Winter Palace. This is Charter's notes? And they're in encryption that she developed with Lavellan over the last couple of years, which apparently we read. CM's intentions seem sincere. Agent in Palace at party tonight with CM misattending. VP left notes at drop, as promised. Savage in green livery seen leaving guest wing of Palace at odd hours. Possible tryst? Madame LV's second cousin is a bard and employee of Duke W.M. Lord W.G. plans to meet Lady G.D. tonight. Neither of their spouses know. Lord R.W. plans to meet Lady S.R. tonight. Their spouses do know. And Lord R.W.'s wife encouraged him to step out with S.R. so she could have some peace and quiet to herself. Wardrobe. We can change? I can put my normal outfit on! Bless. Is this the one I usually wear? I don't think it is. This one. Beautiful. Love it. Iron Bull in the last few years. Thank you for sending the chargers to assist in dealing with the demons attacking Montfort. Their assistance was most appreciated, and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his chargers have prevented another civil war from sweeping across Orlais with their efforts in Perendale. The Iron Bull in particular defeated the would-be usurper in combat. We must protest the actions of the Iron Bull's chargers in South Reach, while the presence of demons and Templars corrupted by red lyrium is undisputed. The necessity of your dwarven miner collapsing the better part of a mountain on enemy forces was hardly necessary. The Bull's chargers were of great assistance in driving back the demons that attacked the shores of Lake Calenad. The elf who calls herself Dalish was particularly helpful, and I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice or dispel magical barriers. Excerpts from letters of thanks relating to the activities undertaken by both chargers over the past 2 years. That's... oh. A bone! For the puppy. Okay. There is one thing. Oh, what is this? Lemmy. Paddles? Yes. Oh, they're smooching! Why are you smooching? Oh, this lady's just watching. Oh, they're not smooching anymore. Now they're just being cute. Hey, have your time. Everyone needs a nice smooch now and then. I like her just ran over after yelling about them smooching. Here we go, chapter 13! In Lowtown Bazaar, Donan paused to pay a little elven girl to play courier for him before making the long climb back uphill to Hightown. A careful glance told him the scar-faced Ander and the tattooed Jason were still tailing him. Donan was certain they'd love the Viscount's keep. He passed beneath the stone gaze of the 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁 statues flanking the gates and nodded to the guards on his way to the barracks. No one noticed his ragged, bloody clothing, which disappointed him as much as he benefited from it. Recruits these days, always slacking off. Donan bypassed the captain's office and went looking for 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁. By now the kid ought to be rested up, and Donovan suspected he would need backup if his large, suspicious shadows decided to pick a fight. But 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁's bunk was empty. Donan noted blood spatter on the bedding and a scent like lilacs. All of his gear was missing. In the center of the bunk was a note. Bring the blade to the quays tonight at midnight if the boy dies. It was signed with a wax seal. 6 crossed swords. Dang. Oh, what are we looking at? Oh. Wow. Do we just get to look for funsies? This is so pretty. Wait, how far? Yeah, we just get to look for funsies. I was thinking if maybe we could, like, overhear conversations or see some shit. You know, bard stuff. This is actually beautiful. I don't remember this being here. Storms of Temptation. This tattered novel bills itself as Oh Sweeping Romance on the 8 Seas by Danelle Mithril. The cover shows a dark-skinned elf with long platinum hair hanging by one hand from the mast of his ship, a dagger in his teeth. A woman in an elaborate mask, low-cut dress, and almost as much hair as the elf, gasps up from the base of the mast. The elf is glaring at a tanned and chiseled human pirate, grinning as his vessel pulls alongside the elf's ship. For the first elven captain in the Antivan Navy, 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒁's inaugural assignment was a routine trading mission down to Wakem. Little did he know that the fiery Amethyst Coron, a passenger he picked up in the free marches, was heir to an enormous fortune. A fortune Riveni pirate prince 𝒂𝒾𝒾𝒁 would do anything to get his hands on. Unable to resist Amethyst's pleas for help, Keel found himself racing to get her back to Val Royeaux, even as the ferocious Huracan pursued them, and their passions ensured the 8 Seas would never be the same. There's a note scribbled on the inside cover in dainty handwriting. If found, please return to Lady Yvette Montilier. Get it, girl. That's some good shit.
Oh. Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
This seems serious.
It's not about me. It's about you. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit.
Cass?
Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
Cassandra, you were giving me anxiety, sweetheart.
That's a lovely sentiment, Cassandra.
Marriage is much more than a lovely sentiment, Inquisitor.
What?
Marriage? I can't imagine who it is. Megan knows you've kept it secret, but if marriage is...
Baby?
You're not proposing to anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
Oh. Varric, that's mean. You know I'm really fucked up over Solas. Varric!
I might get married. I've thought about it.
I suspected as much. Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
Cassandra. She's so worked up over me getting married. Honey. Also, Varric and I are gonna have some words. Oh. How the fuck am I supposed to get that? Is there a bone in the bush? Chapter 14! The late Magistrate Dunwald's butler blinked as 𝒂𝒃𝒾𝒶 barged into the foyer. Get Lady Marielle.
Make her be with you.
Now. He headed straight to the parlor where the Magistrate's collection was displayed. Wrapped in a black shawl, Marielle sauntered into the room and leaned against one of the glass cases. Guardsman, what a pleasant surprise. Where's Shevlin? Her smile faltered. Why do you think I would know? He's your partner. Donan held up the note. Your perfume, Lady Marielle. He dropped it on the display case beside her. What were you doing in the guard barracks? I didn't leave the note, she said with measured calm. And I don't have your partner. But you were in the barracks. He stepped away to examine a display. You told me Wagner wanted to buy the Magistrate's entire collection, but he said he was only interested in one blade. He opened the case, and I think it was never in Seamus's collection. I think it was a sword meant to go right here. He pointed to the empty velvet-lined box. I looked in the Viscount's records, and you've only been married to Magistrate Dunwald for about 3 weeks. You tell me who you're working for, where my partner is, and I'll see if we can get you a deal with the Viscount's office. The Chantry. Marielle closed the door quietly. They sent me to Kirkwall a few months ago when rumors of the sort began to surface. She examined the note. I don't have Shevlin. This was already on his bunk when I went to find the both of you. Donan didn't hide his skepticism. You're innocent, but you didn't report him missing to any of the guards. Someone took him from the barracks, Sarah, with no one the other. That doesn't seem strange to you. She looked him in the eye. Have you ever heard of the executors? They're a myth. A myth that kills. She sighed. The executors have your partner, and I think they have someone inside the city guard. That's because they have gotten Javelin out of the keep without being seen. Donan watched her fidget with her shawl. Why were you in the barracks? I suspected them executors had an inside man. She shrugged. That's because they have gotten poor 𝒂𝒹𝒾𝒶 to open the door to his killer. Since he arranged a sword purchase for Seamus, he had been hiding in his own home. The only people he'd seen were Seamus and you. How the fuck am I gonna get up there? I need that. Aha.
I can't believe it.
Fuck. Dang, I still can't believe Cole and Meriden.
Oh, yes.
I liked Cole and Creme a lot better. Not Cole and Creme, Jesus Christ. Meriden and Creme.
Thanks.
Okay. Now. He's over there. Oh man, I don't know if I can do that. Come on. Oh! Oh god. Ha 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 ha! That was too good of an accomplishment. Gotta leave it there. I hope that each and every one of you has a wonderful rest of your day or night, whatever time it is wherever you are. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. For more content, you can check out these videos, or my stream on Twitch, or my reaction content on TikTok. All the links are in the description. Have a great rest of your day.